Welcome back to the Mr. Big Fact Show. Now, shout out to all my subscribers, man. Shout out to the people that come to my channel, hit the like button, also leave a comment. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the haters, man. Although when you put them shitty comments in here, I'm going to delete them, okay? I don't like bullshit comments. I don't like dummies putting comments that make no sense. But I'm not even going to stick to that. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. You know, I respond to comments sometimes. But hey, listen, let's talk about this. We have Tariq Nasheed on a platform discussing some shit, right? And let me just say that this has got to be the most hypocritical person that I've ever came across in my 30 plus years of life. This is just crazy. And, you know, the reason I started talking about this, man, because I just can't fathom that these people really exist and the people that follow him exist. But it is what it is. This is the type of world we live in, and I want y'all to listen to what he has to say. I'm going to break down everything he's talking about, and we'll do it. I'll try to do it as fast as I can because, you know, I don't want to run out of space and I don't want to make the video too long. Now, yeah, let's listen to the intro of the brother. The young brother is an intelligent young brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his name. I'm going to tell you his name at the end probably, but let's continue to hear what Tariq has to say.
Part 5, and you've covered a lot of things throughout it, economics, politics, but there's a theme that pretty much goes through all of them, and it's undeniable, but the importance of Africa is through all your themes. It's almost more than even talking about America in some of your series. But in some of your recent monologues, you have a lot to say about African folks.
No, we talk about the importance of black people, including black people in Africa, the importance of black people. Because when we talk about hidden colors, we talk about black people all over the world, which we're all over.
Yes.
We talk about the black presence. There's black people in Asia. There's black people in Polynesia. We talk about the importance of understanding that black people are global, including Africa. And we talk about the importance of us all getting on code with each other so that we can become an empowered group. So that's the thing we talk about.
Now, can we?
Now, he talks about the importance of black people. Now, let me just say for the record, Tariq Nasheed hates black people. Okay? This person can never love black people and disrespect black people the way he does on a daily basis. This is not a person that loves the black community. This is a person that hates black people. This is a person that is working for money, that's working to sow division and all that in the black community. So he's not a lover of black people. He's a hater of black people. Let's continue.
Code with each other from being from different countries, but we all share the same amount of melanin. But you're from Jamaica, I'm from the United States, this person's from England. Can black people internationally be on code?
We can be, because the white supremacists are internationally on code. You understand what I'm saying? They're the global minority, but if you go to England, the white supremacists in England will act like a white supremacist in Australia, and the white supremacists in Australia will act like the white supremacists here. They've never met each other. They will all get on code. They know the code when they get around black people. Automatic. We black folks around the world, we don't get on code with each other like that. You get some black folks from Nigeria or black people from Jamaica, they'll get over here and they'll get on code with the white people against us in many cases. And that's the problem that we have. They're not getting on code as a black international group as we should, like the white supremacists do. And we're not trying to get on code to harm anybody. We want to get on code so that we can protect each other from white supremacists' evil deeds.
Okay. Now, he says that black immigrants come to America and they don't get on code. He says that the white people get on code. Obviously, the white people are going to get on code because you know what? The white people understand that they all came from the Caucasoid Mountains in Europe. They all understand who they are. They understand that they originated out there in the mountains of Europe. That's why they're on code. They understand that they're all white. They're all Caucasian. They all have white pigmented skin. Okay, so they understand that their enemy, their natural enemy, is the black man, obviously. But according to Tariq, FBAs are Indians. They're foundational Black Americans. They're Niji. They don't want to say that they originated in the continent of Africa. This is why there's no code, because Black Americans want to be something totally different. They just want to be their own little lineage because he says that they're FBA. We're FBA. Jesse Jackson said you was African American. That you was African American. Dane Calloway says you were Indian. Now you're Indian. So who are you? The first thing blacks need to do is find an identity. Who are you? You have to know where you're coming. What did Bob Marley say? If you know your history, then you will know where you're coming from. Then you won't have to ask me, who the hell do I think I am? Right? That's Buffalo Soldier. It's one of my favorite songs. Right? You have to know who you are before you get on code. Okay? You can't be out here saying I'm FBA, I'm Indian, I'm Niji, and you don't want to acknowledge where black people originated. Okay? Let's go.
Huge problem that immigrants come to the United States, they align themselves with the white establishment. Is that a huge problem?
That's a problem, and the reason why it's a problem, because a lot of them, and we have to be very honest about this, they come from societies in their homeland where they're tribalistic, and they're not even on code with each other where they're from. They have a gazillion different tribes. They are very tribal, and they are very hostile towards each other as far as getting resources. And then when they come here, they look at us as another hostile tribe, but we don't look at them the same way. We don't have that type of tribalism over here with black people, foundational Black Americans. All black people are just black. We welcome everybody. Our parents and grandparents don't say, stay away from those Jamaicans. Don't go to that Nigerian's house. We don't do that because...
Okay. Let me break that down real quick. He said that there's no tribalism in America. First of all, there's tribalism in Africa. There's no tribalism in the Caribbean. There's no tribes in the Caribbean at all. The Caribbean islands are modern islands. They may not be as developed as America, but there's no tribalistic nothing in the Caribbean. So, you see, he doesn't know how to distinguish these two areas, African and Caribbean. He just want to lump them all in and just talk shit about them. Okay? And they're saying that white people, black immigrants come here and they get on code with white supremacy. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? See, the problem with that is when black immigrants come to America, the so-called Black American FBA does not have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And they can't support these black immigrants. They claim that they paved the way for black immigrants to come, but when they come, they have nowhere to go. When they come, they see black people living in the ghettos. They see black people struggling. They see white people doing very well. So obviously, the people that controls the system, the immigration system, that allows these people to come here, they take them in and give them jobs. They clothe them. They feed them. So who are they going to be loyal to? The people that take care of them in order for them to take care of their family. Black people don't have nothing set up for black immigrants to take care of them like when they come to this country. So you should not talk like that. You don't have anything set up for them. You don't have anything for yourself. And the other thing I wanted to say about the tribalistic thing is, how many gangs do they have in America that kill each other every day? How many different neighborhoods are warring with each other? You said there's no tribalism. There's a lot of tribalism in America. Black people don't like each other. Black people murder each other in America every day at an alarming rate, at the hundreds. Every day there's the Crips, the Bloods, the Vice Lords, the GDs. They hate each other. Look at Chicago. So, man, you don't have any room to talk like that. Yes, Africa is tribalistic. Okay, that's just what it is. Leave them alone. Let them come to America. It's going to be a body of black people. You may not fuck with them, but guess what? That's our little secret.
Treated as the system of white supremacy. So this is why we fought for everybody to come over here who was black. Remember, white people didn't want let They didn't want to let no other black people over here from the Caribbean or Africa. In the around 1915, 1916, they had a law that they were putting out here to stop black Caribbeans and black Africans from coming over here. It was black people on the grassroots fighting to thwart those laws. People like Booker T. Washington, other black people in Tuskegee fighting around 1915, saying, hey, we're not going to do that. We're not going to discriminate against those brothers and sisters who want to come over here. You're not doing it to white people, because they had just built the Panama Canal down there in South America, Central America. So after it was done, they're like, okay, where are all these people going to go? Because the U.S. was helping to pay some of those migrants to go down there.
Now, okay, that's a lot of babble going on right there. That's a lot of stupid talk right there. Now, let me just say something. Black Caribbean immigrants have been coming to America since the 1930s. Okay? There's history that shows black immigrants have been coming to this country since the 1930s, especially Caribbean people. So they didn't start coming here in no 60s. They started coming in bigger numbers in the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, but they were coming here in the 30s and the 20s, man. Stop lying, bro. You're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. And guess what? Because of you not having control of anything in America, you had no means of portraying a decent, right? A decent image of yourself. The white media was portraying you as a savage to everybody. So obviously, if the immigrants are coming, they don't want to be connected with savages. So they had to distance themselves to get themselves together. Okay? And then they probably realized that they was lying. The media was lying. So don't say that they come in here and they just aligning with white supremacy because they want to. No, you had no resources to help them. You had nothing set up to help them. The only person that had shit set up was Marcus Garvey, and what happened? FBA's turned him into J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI, and they got rid of him. Let's go.
So now where they gonna come here? They were like, no, we're not gonna let that happen. Black people fought to get them here. That's how Marcus Garvey got here. Marcus Garvey got here a year later because the black grassroots was helping to fight for that. In the 1960s, the 1965 Immigration Act, it was black people fighting to get other African and Caribbeans over here in large numbers because we wanted them to act as reinforcement for us. We're fighting these white supremacists. We need some backup. So when people come over here and not get on code with us and get on code with the white supremacists, that is a problem.
Well, okay. They came in their numbers. They're still here. They had kids. Their kids had kids. Their kids' kids had kids. And this is what you have in how much black people you have in the country. This is what boosted the number of blacks. This is why blacks get more representation, because there's more black people. So they did come and reinforce you. They just did not. I don't even know how many black people lived in the ghetto. Some of them just refused to associate with bad behavior. Some of them just didn't want to live in the ghetto. And most black immigrants came here, they lived in the ghetto. They had nowhere else to go. The only thing is the white people were the people with the jobs. The Jewish people were the people controlling the factories and these businesses in New York and all these places. And this is who was given jobs. Blacks did not have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. So these people had to go where the resources were. And those were with the white people. So don't blame them because you had nothing. Why would I come and why would I get married with, why would a woman get married to a man that has no money, a man that has no car? How is he going to take her places? How are they going to eat? How's he going to pay the rent? So they had to go where the resources were. And unfortunately, the white people were controlling all of the resources the same way they're doing that today.
That maybe the immigrants that are coming from the Caribbean and Africa may not get on code, but once they have kids here, and once those kids grow up, they grow up more like black Americans, and then you get that second generation on code. Does it work like that?
In some cases it does, but you're going to follow the instructions of your parents. If you got some parents who come from a background where they're somewhat hostile towards us, because we hear all the time how immigrant parents sit up here and say, okay, you go find you some white kids to kick it with. Stay away from them Akatas. They got all types of negative names that they have for foundation of black Americans. Akata in East Africa. Some of them call us Jareers and Abids, and the Caribbean. Stay away from those Yankee kids. So these people got all types of weird words for us, and we're looking at them as just another black person. Hey, that's my brother. He's cool. He's dressed funny, and I'm gonna clown him for dressing funny. The nigga got on some bullshit clothes, but that's still the little homie. So we cool. So
now that's got to be some of the most dumbest shit I've ever heard. This is stupid. So basically, black Americans are butthurt that Africans call them Akatas. I don't even know where that word came from. The only place I've heard that word is from Tariq. I've never in my 30 years ever heard the word Akata in my life. I only heard that when he came out. Now, those other words I've never heard in my life. He made those words up, or he's African. Because I've never heard of that. I don't speak for Africa. But what I'm going to say is, in the Caribbean, right, being a Yankee is an American. A Yankee is not a derogatory term. A Yankee is a black a person that's an American, and they're called that by a non-American just to make fun of them in a funny, silly type of way, not to diss them and say no. If you go to the Caribbean as a kid, I could testify to this. You go to the Caribbean as a kid, they will make fun of, just like he said, they'll make fun of an immigrant about what he's wearing. They'll make fun of Americans or how they talk and say, oh, you're a Yankee. But it's not a derogatory, hateful term. That is a pride of honor. You are an American born. You from the greatest nation on earth. The Caribbean people that say that, they're actually jealous. Oh, you're a Yankee. Oh, man, you got nice clothes and all that. It's not nothing to do with hate. He's making this shit up. Ask anybody. Calling somebody a Yankee is just like a practical joke to say, oh, you Yankees, you American. Basically, they say that Americans are a little softer than Caribbeans or Africans because, we run around, you know what I'm saying, with no shoes on and do backflips out there and they climb trees and all that. And they see American and say, you can't do that. You're soft. It's just, you're soft. It's not about hatred. And kids use this shit, not adults. And he's talking about people, oh, no, you're going to listen to your parent. What? Man, people don't listen to their parents. People don't listen to their parents no more. I wasn't listening to my parents. I was on the streets, man. What are you talking about? With black Americans. Hanging out. Riding bikes. All that. So what you saying is a lie.
That's why there's this FBA movement going on now. Like, hey, we're going to have to erase the board and let's start chalking up all of the people that's doing some shit that's constructive and the people that's doing things negatively. Because now for a long time, we've kind of ignored the people from the immigrant class who come over here and just kind of be funny style towards us because they didn't really affect us. Now we're in a position where some of these folks are getting elected to certain positions where they're calling shots on what's going to happen in our lives. So that's when we're saying, hey, wait, we can't have this person who looks like me, who looks black, but they're from another place, so they're not in the same realm as us. They think that there's something different from us, but they're acting as our representative. Hell, Barack Obama was that. He's not a foundational black American. Barack Obama's Kenyan and didn't do shit for black people.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go again. Barack Obama was Kenyan and white, allegedly. Right? To me, Barack Obama looks Indonesian. But it is what it is. Barack Obama was selected as president by white people. Not black immigrants. Not black people. White people. They put him in there. They made him president. He knows this. Tariq Nasheed knows this. But he's trying to say, oh, Barack Obama was a non-FBA and he did things for immigrants. Which immigrant? Which immigrant? What black immigrant did he do anything for? What black country did Barack Obama do anything for? Huh? He wanted to go. He went into Africa and killed Gaddafi. That was trying to start a union between African countries. So how did he benefit black immigrants? How? In what way? What country did he benefit? He didn't do nothing for Caribbean people. He didn't do nothing for black people in America that's Caribbean, that's African. He did not do shit. And let me ask you something. How come all y'all people, 47 million black Americans, FBA, how come y'all ain't in the government? How come y'all are not being elected? A lot of black Americans are in government. They're the ones that's not doing nothing for their people. He's trying to lie to you and gaslight and say it's immigrants. No, a lot of these congressional and senators are black American people. Claiborne, the John Lewises. These are black foundational black Americans that ain't do shit for their people. Right? But now, because you got Ilhan Omar and all these other people, you trying to, oh yeah, well, you know, they're getting elected in office and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and they still working to help Mexican people come across the border. They're not doing nothing for black people, because in America, everybody that ain't fucking white is black. Caribbean, African is black, and everybody get treated the same way. Go to New York, go to Rikers Island, and you gonna see who's in the prisons. Go down south, and you gonna see who's in the prisons. Black people, Caribbean black, African black, American black in the prison. So there's no difference. This whole they hate us type shit, it does not exist. This nigga is a liar. This nigga is bought and paid for to do this bullshit. This nigga is lying. He's stumbling on his words. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He is a liar. We all know Barack Obama was a fraud. We all know that he wasn't black. Come on. Blame the white man that put him in there. The white man apparently don't want you in there. The white man apparently don't want your people running for Congress, because somehow you have to think that all the bad things that he did to black Americans, aka FBAs, he don't want them to get in there to have the tables turned. He don't want black Americans to be president. So that's not black immigrants' fault. That's you and the white man's problem. Y'all had a chance to segregate and be y'all own people, but y'all wanted to be with the white people, and this is the price you pay. This is the price you pay. And now you want to blame black immigrants. Are you serious? You're putting all this energy into, oh, the black immigrants. Oh, man, they hate us so much. But you got to understand, where did the beef stem from? He's never told you where this beef came from. He's never once go to Africa. He's never once go to the Caribbean and try to mend this so-called beef or rift between the different people in the diaspora. He's never done that. He's never did any work to try to bring peace between us. All he's doing is dividing, talking shit. What are the solutions to the beef, the fake beef, the invisible beef? How did it start? How do we fix it? He's not giving any solutions. All he's doing is putting out hateful, xenophobic rhetoric so he can sell merchandise and make money. That's what it is. That's what I see. There's no solution. He can never tell you what the beef is about. He's never sat down with any African leader. He's never sat down with any Caribbean leader to hash it out. All he wants is problems. Like the African meme, I want problems all the time. That's what he wants. He don't want a solution to this shit because he's bought and paid for. They want us to be separated. They want us to beef with each other. They want you to believe that black people from the Caribbean and Africa are running the government, and that's why black people are so poor in America. No, you don't even help your own people, man. You have a big house in California. You look down on everybody else. You diss black women. So what is the fucking issue here? Why can't y'all see that this man is fugazi? This man is fake. He's a fuckboy. He is a fuckboy, and you have to understand this. You have to understand that these people are put here to fucking cause problems between black people. Keep you fucking confused, just like the whole Tariq Nasheed situation. Everybody talking about it. When that shit happens, you got to be careful. Something else is going on. This is giving me George Floyd type vibes. Something else is going on, man. This man is a liar. We got to wake up and smell the coffee, man. This man is trying to divide us. How can you have so much energy for black people when they really haven't done anything to black Americans? You hate black immigrants, but what have they done to black Americans? I need the list. I need to know what they've done. I need to know how they've harmed you. I need to know if they put you in shackles. I need to know if they're keeping you down by not giving you jobs. I need to know if there's a system of black Africans and Caribbeans that are running America that don't want to see black FB Americans make it. I need the proof. There's no proof. This is all made up. White people run America. They always run America. They're going to give their token people jobs, of course. They're going to bring in the immigrants, of course, and give them jobs. Yeah, it is what it is. And it ain't no immigrant that's just coming off the boat. These are people that has lived in this country their whole life. These are people that are their great grandparents are immigrants, and he's throwing them under the bus as immigrants. No, they're Americans. They're Americans. Everybody else is on code because they know that black people are stupid. And this is what they do, infighting, beefing all the time. He's African. Look at his shoes. Look at his toes. Look how black he is. Look at his hairline. That's the type of shit that he does. That's the man that y'all call a leader. No leaders act like that. Leaders don't carry themselves like that. This man goes in this room and pretends that he's intelligent. Yeah, well, you know, Barack Obama. Yeah, but he voted for him twice, though. Twice. And Barack Obama ain't did shit for nobody. Not Caribbean, not African. You know what just happened? Joe Biden went and gave billions to Africa, to these corrupted African leaders, right? What is he giving to y'all? He's a white man. They don't want to give y'all nothing because y'all ain't really show that y'all able to handle that shit. And I really think that what happened in this country with slavery, the white man don't really want the so-called FBA in power. They don't want y'all to be president. I've never seen a man that's purebred, descendants of slave, been to even vice president in America. They don't want that. It's not the black immigrants. It's the white man. I'm going to end this shit right here. I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit. I'm so sick and tired of this fake nigga trying to tell y'all bullshit, and this nigga has no fucking solutions. His solutions is hate and more hate. His solutions is hate and more hate. Yeah, look at the hairline. Man got murdered. Look at the hairline. They died FBA. Because y'all are caught up in that bullshit, and y'all gonna give all y'all money, and then one of these days, y'all gonna get old, and y'all kids and grandkids gonna ask, what were you doing when this nigga was doing this? And you're gonna be like, yeah, I donated to this dumb nigga. I'm out.